Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining me, Luana Hodges. I am sitting here on a wonderful day, Juneteenth, and I have this special young lady in front of me, Jada Smith. Let me tell you something. This was a great day to have an interview with this young lady. She does so many things in her community. She has sat down with me 3 years ago when she was an undergrad, finishing up. But right now, she received her master's and finished. So now, welcome to the real adulthood, right? But
Yes.
guys, you might remember her from 3 years ago when she graced our stage as a shy young lady. Now all grown up, doing her business in her community, out of her community, on the court, basketball player, Jada, taking to the hoops, right?
Yes.
All day long. So we just wanted to catch up. I just wanted to catch up with her because she has so many amazing things going on. I interviewed her 3 years ago, and between when I interviewed her and today, so many things happened that was just great and timely. So before we get started, Jada, can you pray us in?
Yes, I can. All right, let's do this. Dear God, I come before you this day. Lord, I thank you. Lord, I thank you. Thank you for having us to have this moment. Thank you for bringing us together. Thank you for all that you're doing. Thank you for protecting us from the things that we cannot see and just continuing to guide us into the way that you want us to live. Lord, I ask that you continue to bless us and watch everything around us and also the individuals. Lord, I ask that you just continue to work through us and help us to understand what you want and how you want things to be done and to always just trust you and have faith in what you are doing. Lord, I thank you once again for this moment. And I just ask that you help me have the right words to speak through you and what needs to be said to touch another person's life. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen, amen. And she's a young woman of God. Just
Yes,
saying.
indeed.
Keep them close. Keep them close. So this is a check-in. So since the last time we spoke, I just want you to give my viewers who you are, what makes you special, what make you rock, all that.
So first I want to say hello to everybody. Thank you for joining in as well. My name is Jada Smith, and tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 24 years old. As you mentioned, I'm a basketball player. I am also the CEO of a nonprofit called SWAG, so Scholars with Athletic, Academic, and Artistic Goals. Right there, you see it. And I'm also a scholar. I believe in my academics; they always come first, and that's one unique thing that I will always say. I keep that my books first. So a little bit also about myself. I like to sing. I like to have fun. I like to spend time with my family and friends. I'm very into my faith. You can always catch me singing a gospel song, posting a devotion, praying, doing whatever I need to do to stay connected to God. And just, I like to live life, but I like to also give back to the community. That's one of my biggest things, and just impacting the youth and letting them know that they can be even better than me, but also just giving them something to believe in. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me. Hopefully, I did good with that.
And where you from? Where you from?
No, I'm from Philadelphia.
Representing the birds, y'all. Representing the birds.
Yes.
So describe 5 adjectives about yourself.
I want to say I love that you asked me this because I always go to schools and we do IM workshops, and I say, go around the classroom. We have to say one positive thing about ourselves, and first the kids are like, everybody's laughing at first, and they're a little bit struggling. Now, when you said 5, I'm like, ooh, I usually got 1, maybe 3, but 5. I can say 1, I am smart, I am unique, I am. What's another one? That's smart. I don't want to repeat myself. I am beautiful. I am resilient. And my last one is I am phenomenal, because that's the one I usually say. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And she got bars.
Just a little bit.
And she know how to spit bars. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
guys, just
And she know how to spit bars and poetry.
We still
Yes.
do poetry. I haven't wrote another song yet. Yeah, I work on that one, but I do have a little bars. I like to stay youthful with the kids. Let them hear a little tune. They like that a little bit. So yeah.
So how has the past 3 years been since you appeared on my platform? Like, what's been going on?
God's been working. God's been working. I'm truly, truly thankful. I don't even know where to start because it's been so much. But I finished my degree. So finished, graduated undergrad. Then I started my master's program in clinical mental health counseling. Just graduated this May. Then when it comes to being a part of my community at my university, I was a president leadership intern for the whole university. So I worked very close with the president, and we just had an integration with Edinburgh and Cal U. So we also had two other people that represented on their campus. So we worked together, just connecting the youth to coming to universities and just having that experience, but also just you got to we got to see the little things that help make a university run. So I think that I was very thankful for that opportunity and that my president of the university hand selected me for that position. So I continued to play basketball. I actually I actually had a pretty good year. It was really good. Basketball went well. And then I want to say what else been going on? My nonprofit, man. God has been working with that for the last 3 years. I mean, I was just starting in 2019, 2020. So when we first kind of met, it was still, fresh, and it's just been continuing to blow up. I'm thankful for being on this platform to share, my story. It has helped in many ways. So thank you for being a vessel and part of my journey. And also, this year we was able to have the most scholarships I have ever given. So I gave 3 scholarships out. I was able to expand outside Philadelphia. So I actually gave a scholarship out in Pittsburgh to Penn Hills Entrepreneur School. They have a K through 8th program where they teach kids how to have their own business. And so I loved it from the moment I met them. And I was like, you know what? I want to invest in that. I want to give back to those kids. I connected with them, and I ended up giving $300 to them this year. And then Jesu, my middle school, always got to shout them out, had my 10th year of giving the scholarship out to them. So we did 500. And then I actually started one at my high school this year at Mary Mercy Academy. And I gave 500 as well. So it's been a blessing. I had a biz pitch competition. By the grace of God, I won. So it was a blessing. It helped me be able to give these scholarships out this year. I mean, I've been speaking at galas now. Had expanded out to different schools in the area through virtually. I'm connecting with people through in person. Honestly, it's been a lot, but it's just been so much of just God's work that I'm just like, I'm still overwhelmed by. Like, I'm just like, wow. Like I can't even really understand how it all happened so fast and everything. But when something's for you, it's just going to flow. So I'm very thankful to say the least.
So can you just elaborate on swag, exactly what your nonprofit does,
Yeah.
and what you do in your community with your nonprofit?
Yeah, so swag. So it means scholars with athletic, academic, and artistic goals. So I try to cover all young females, scholar students who are able to just balance everything, whether that's academics, whether that's arts and academics, whether that's athletics and academics, just to spotlight them. I feel like so many times as women, we kind of get overlooked. And I wanted to shine a light on us. I feel like we don't get the acknowledgement, and school doesn't come easy to me. I have to work hard for every good grade I get. So for me, it meant a lot. And it started, 10 years ago. I was graduating 8th grade, and the awards were for boys who were able to have a B average, and they were pretty decent, in their sport. But for me, I was on honor roll. I'm staying up late, extra flashcards, extra papers, trying to make sure that I get good grades to stay on honor roll. And then I was also a standout athlete at that time. I was ESPN ranked for, we ran at ESPN, so I was doing well with that. And then nationals, right after, we run ESPN in Florida, and then we go right to nationals. And nationally ranked, I'm top 8 in the country. So it was a great year for me, continuously in my athletic ability. And then on basketball court, that was for track, I'm sorry. And then for basketball, I was doing extremely well in that as well, averaging 20 plus points. So for me, I'm like, okay, I want to do something about this. And I told my mom I didn't like it. I was like, Mom, I didn't get any awards for balancing both. I got more awards for like my service and my character, and all those things are cool too. But she's like, okay, what do you want to do about it? And I was
You're a baller. You a baller. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm an athletic.
Yeah, I'm doing both.
Right, exactly.
So she's like, what do you want to do about it? And I was like, I guess I need to go figure out something. And I reached out to my head of school, Jezu, and the CEO, and they love the idea, and they've been embracing me ever since. So now it's just a beauty to see that one thing, that one mind, just one thought that came to me, like, oh, why did this happen to me? Why did this happen? Why didn't I get it? And then it moved me to actually want to do it for somebody else, even though it couldn't start with me getting the award. So I'm always thankful for that. And all the little kids look up to it now. Like, they're like, I gotta do a sport, and I gotta work hard in the classroom so like I can get this award, because it's a spotlight moment for them each year. And I just think that's always moving for a little kid that's in 4th grade to aspire to get this award when they're in 7th grade. Like, that's what it's about, So that's a little backstory. I mean, I give scholarships, I do mentorships, I do IM workshops. I'm trying to expand that out to schools this year. That's one of my biggest goals, to keep expanding that. I believe that our young girls, we need it more. It's a lot going on, especially through social media and just in the world. And they don't really have anybody to talk to, or they don't want to talk to mom, dad, auntie, or
you can say they don't want to talk to old people. Go ahead. You can. I mean, you can say it. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you can say it.
I'm gonna say it in a nice way.
It's all right. It's okay.
They just want to talk to somebody that they feel has been in their shoes recently. Yeah, that's the nice way to put it. Yeah. So that's a little bit about swag, but it's really just about spotlighting our young girls in the community, especially in Philadelphia. But my plan is to expand outside of the state and just continue, like, outside of Philadelphia. But I want to go to more states. I want to be a part. I want to be able to touch as many young kids in a positive way. When I say touch, I mean like impact their lives and just give to them, and inspire. Give them something to, aspire to be. And just let them know that they have somebody in their corner. Like, I see you. I'm here for you. I give every kid my personal number because I want them to know if they ever need me for anything that they have going on in life, they can reach out to me. I'm a mentor. I'm gonna help you through it. We're gonna be all right. You got a sis that you didn't know you have now. It's okay. So, and some people are like, you don't get tired when the kids reach out to you all the time. It's like, they want to reach out. For whatever reason, they feel they connected to me and they need that one person. So it's okay. It's okay for me. So I'm always just very thankful and grateful that God gave me this opportunity.
So, like you said, you received your bachelor's, your master's, you did it all through the COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
How was that achieving? I mean, how did you feel achieving that through the pandemic? Because some people quit, some people just couldn't do it. But you achieved not one, but two.
Well, when I was in my undergrad, I actually only had one credit left. I could have graduated in December, but it's okay. And so they let me take my master's classes while I was still finishing up my undergrad. And so that was a blessing that I got to start early. And, we had the pandemic. There was a lot of credits that I was balancing. I will tell you, it was a lot. And then kind of just, that we were in the pandemic, out the pandemic. We were going to school, we were leaving school. It was ups and downs, Then we had another variant where it was like a whole team would get it, and it was a mess. It was a lot. Then we all had to come back home. It was a lot, to say the least, when it comes with school. Honestly, everybody had a different opinion about virtual learning, and I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it. I'm very structural. I've always been since I was a kid. I just really like, okay, I got to do this, and that's going to happen, and we're doing that from that time. And I kind of have to be like that now, but I really liked it at that time. And for me, we had discussion boards and we had different things. It was different, but it was about the end goal. It was about the end goal, what I wanted to get done. And that kind of just kept pressing me forward. This is what I need to do. I cannot go out to speak to kids about keeping school first and working hard, and it's going to get tough, but keep going if I'm not living it out, if I'm not actually backing up what I'm saying to them. And so for me, that always keeps me motivated. Like that young girl looking up to me. I got one more hour it is to study this information. So, and it's just for the betterment for, this is what I want to do. So there's a passion that comes behind it, and just know like anything you want to do, it's not going to be easy. So that kind of just kept me pushing. I had amazing support at my university. Like everybody in my master's program, all my professors were very supportive. I went through, I had different people pass away throughout my time. Yes, COVID, but there had deaths in the family. Like it was a lot, but they were so supportive. Like my university, like super, super supportive. They didn't, even if I wanted to quit, they didn't let me. So it was, it's never been a thought to give up. Honestly, I never had those moments. I might have had I want one more hour of sleep moment, but I never had a moment and said, it's time for me to give up. So yeah, it was a lot, but it was good. It was good.
Shout out to university.
Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to them.
Shout out the name.
Oh, okay, my bad. I'm sorry. They just changed their name. So it was Clarion University, but we just changed it to Penn West University, Clarion. So
okay. Philadelphia?
Yeah, no, it's all the way, it's out in Clarion. So it's still in PA, but it's like 5 hours away.
Okay. Yeah. Oh wow, you was in the boondocks.
Mm-hmm.
So you had nothing to do but study.
This is true. This is very true. But I was very active in the community out there as well. But yeah, you really I always say it was a different life than Philadelphia, but it was what I needed. It was what I needed to help me grow my independency, everything. I learned so much. I learned how to cook. They don't have a lot of food places, and I love to eat. Anybody knows me knows I love to eat. So I learned how to cook. I learned how to spend time with self, just like pouring back into me. I used, when I went to Holy Family first, and before I transferred out there, and I used to, I'm here, I'm there. Anybody need me? Okay, here we go. I'm there. I got to go see this person. I got to be at this event. This person need me. And I really, when I look back, I wasn't spending time with myself. And so I'm thankful to go out there to just like focus on me, pour into people, but learning how to establish those boundaries. And just know, like, you got to figure it out sometimes. You can't be like, Mom, can you bring me some food? Grandma, can you cook me this? It's like, we setting up FaceTime now to learn how to cook it, So I just think it expanded me, helped me grow. And although it was far, it was good. It was what I needed. It was what I needed. Yeah.
So why? So you chose mental health counseling, your master's program. What made you follow that? You did psychology.
Yep.
You got a degree, bachelor's in psychology, but then your concentration was mental health counseling. Why did you choose that?
So backtrack. I was actually at Holy Family and I was studying psychology with a minor in mental health. But
Okay.
even before that, I was studying neuroscience. I just wasn't. Now then, I really didn't get any sleep because I was started playing basketball, so I was not getting any sleep. So we changed the major to mental health, to psychology with a minor in the mental health. And then when I transferred to Clarion, they didn't have it anymore with a minor in mental health. So it's always been a part of what I wanted to do, but I just kind of had to focus in just psychology. Um, and then it was just kind of the next step of what I wanted to do. When you think about it, like the pattern, okay, when I go to the school, I knew I already had an extra year to play basketball. So therefore I knew that I was going to be doing my master's program there. And I asked them, what did the master program, like what kind did they have? What was the next step after I get my psychology degree? What would happen? Because you need more than a psychology degree to keep going in this field. So that was really where it started. They told me about their clinical mental health counseling program. It sounded like everything that I wanted to do, everything I wanted to specialize in. I wanted to have my own practice. So it covered all the areas and what I needed. And then it was K-CREP. So that was going to be an extra credential that would help. And so that's where it was just like the next step of what I got to do to make the most impact of what I want to do for our community, most importantly. But that was kind of the reason of how it went to mental health. Now, my backstory of how I even got to psychology or just wanting to learn about the brain and behavior is just because like I had a lot of people who really reached out to me. That's where it started. A lot of my friends would talk to me about whatever they had going on. And sometimes I didn't have the right answer, but they wanted to talk to me about it. We were the same age, trying to figure it out. But so many of my friends, and I thank them for that. Like those some people like, that's a lot, but it helped me realize my passion. I enjoyed being that source for them, but it made me want to be the source for others. And especially within our community, I realized there wasn't a lot of us talking about mental health or going to go see a therapist, or nobody really talked about it. This is new for us to say things like, oh, I have a therapist, and no one in the room look at them like they're crazy, if you want to say. So for me, it was really like, I don't hear many people. I don't really know that many people in my field. I don't really know that many people that look like me in my field. When you look up, it's 2 to 4% African American psychologists, psychiatrists, social workers. So, I mean, when you look at that, it's needed. It's needed for us to just to be there in those rooms, those opportunities for people that look like us. And that's a lot of reason why people don't want to, people in our community do not want to go to therapy, because they're not going to have somebody that looks like them. So that's a part of my motivation on keep going. You got to do it for the community. You got to keep going, because you got to add to that 2 to 4%. And so I'm glad to see mental health is rising. It's rising, more awareness around it, acceptance. And for me, like I said, like when you see people, they'll walk in and they'll see you and they're just like, I'm just so glad you look like me. Like that's the first thing. And that's it's like, wow. Like
you're right.
They don't prepare, like you don't get prepared for that in school. Like there's no. In my classes, I was the only African American, and I was the youngest. So you don't prepare for it. And when you see that, when somebody comes in, they say that to you, you're like, okay, I'm supposed to be here. I'm needed. You need it. And so that's kind of a little bit wrap up of like why I'm in this field. Why do I believe that it's my mission to keep going? Yeah. Hopefully I answered that. I think I did.
Yeah, you answered it, and you answered a lot of my other questions too.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Now I was gonna ask you, does your degrees line up with the purpose God has for your life? But it does.
It does.
It does. This is not only a passion, but it's your purpose.
Yeah. And he reminds me in so many different ways. And I wasn't too sure about it in the beginning, like I was like, everybody tells me being a therapist, I wasn't going to make any money. And I'm like, okay, I don't care about the money. I just wanted to do it. I felt the passion for it. But now you see guys way working things out, it's just, we had an all-time rise in COVID. Now, mental health, they're needed. We need it. Like therapists are needed all around. So it's just a blessing just to see um just how it's working out. You have doubts, you worry about certain things, and God has a way of just showing you it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It is going to work out. And um like I said, now he's creating spaces. Even when I go to schools to talk to them, a lot of the kids are like, can you come back next week? Can you do a mental health like workshop with us? Like, can you just come a Saturday and just talk to us about
Wow.
mental health, because we need somebody to talk to. But they don't want to say like, I want to go to a therapist, but it's just in a different way for them. Like
Yeah.
it's the same thing. It's just they're not ready to say those words to mom. But they're talking to me about it. They're talking to me to let me know I have stuff on my mind and I need to get it out. And I don't really know how, but I wanted to have the conversation. And so for a young kid to at least say that, like it is moving, but I do know that this is the purpose for me. I'm always moved and thankful, when it comes to working, and I'm still energetic. I got hope. I got a spark for it. I'm like, yes, let me learn more. And I'm really big about, the adolescents and then the young adults, because if we can talk to them younger,
Yep.
we can even help. If you look at what's going on in the world, our young people are going through
A lot.
something different,
It's different.
something different that many people cannot understand. And so if we can reach them young, where they can create that time to talk to someone and not just go out and do whatever somebody else is doing, or telling, what they see on TV, what looks cool on TikTok, it would just help. It would help, because when they're getting older, it's only going to create more mental health and different avenues and more things that they're piling over, and different things that they had to suppress, that they never,
Yeah.
got the chance to talk about when they were younger. So yeah, it is. God is showing me this is for me, and I'm accepting it. I'm
Good.
accepting it. Yeah.
So in saying that, it's gonna be I'm throwing a sideball at you.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that, what have been some of the sacrifices?
Mm.
Because you can only be 24, right?
Yeah.
You have a lot of wisdom.
Thank
And
you.
you do. You have a lot of wisdom for you being 24. Not saying that nobody 24 can't have wisdom, but you
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of wisdom at the age of 24. That I ain't gonna lie, that I ain't have at 24. But what have been some of the sacrifices? Or do you think you had, or maybe you didn't have to sacrifice nothing at all?
Um, I feel like, when you look at it, there's a sacrifice, and maybe I didn't make every single party that my classmates had, or I didn't go to every college party. Let me be very honest, because I didn't. I didn't show up, or if I showed up, I left. Like, but I don't call it a sacrifice. Like, I don't feel like I lost anything from it. Like, I didn't go. I'm okay. I could party in my room while I write a paper. Like, I I I mean, I feel like the only thing I really get to, like, I sacrifice sometimes getting to spend time with people that do matter. I will say that. Like, maybe tonight, like, I'm sacrificing my time with you and I'm missing my time at my god brother's baseball game. Like, those things. So it's like a sacrifice, where those things are hard. But the people that I have around me, they all understand it. So I think it doesn't ever feel like I'm missing,
Right.
I missed out, or and if people get mad at me, then I feel like they're not supposed to be in my circle. Like, it's I'm like, okay, thank you. But no, like I said, it's more so just the sacrifice of, I wish I could spend more time with my family and my friends sometimes, but you only get a couple hours in a day. And, I'm trying to make the most impact and make the world a better place. So that's my end goal. And I'm never going to forget those people that are always there for me. So uh, that's it. I don't, people say like, you don't go to the party, you missing out, you young, you 20, you supposed to have that. It's okay. I tell people,
goals.
I'm okay.
You got bigger goals.
Yeah.
You got bigger goals.
And I never cry about it. Like it's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
So today we celebrate one of the most important dates in our history, Juneteenth. What does today means to you?
One, this is a great question, and this is a great day. But it means freedom. Not the true freedom that we all want. But just a freedom and a reflection of our ancestors. For me, I feel like there's so much that more work to be done. But the chance to be here, the chance to speak, the chance to have a nonprofit, the chance to you have your business, to have a outlet for for people to share their business. Like, I feel like all the time that our ancestors put in being out there, the sacrifice that they made, just they didn't know what the yet freedom would be, but the chance that I'm here, like I'm here living out what they work for. And so for me, this day, like I listen to all my like powerful Black girl songs, like, and it makes me smile. Like I just get warm feeling over it because I'm just like, wow. And I reflect back in 2020, after Breonna Taylor passed away, and then we had George Floyd, and there's a lot going on. Just a lot of racial, situations, injustices that we're encountering during that time. And my friends, like we created a video, "Can You See Me?" in quotation marks, me, like, can you see me? And we spoke about Juneteenth. That's when I actually released it. So it was just a platform we had at ages like 9 all the way up until 21 or 22. So just the chance, that wide range, and then they expressed their feelings of everything that was going on in a different way, through medicine, through art, through poetry, being a young male, then being a young girl. Like it was very powerful. Just, and I rewatched it today. It just still it still brings me chills. But just the chance to just know, like, at that time we didn't even know it was going to be a national holiday. Now it's a national holiday. So 2020 and now in 2023, and it happened in 2021 actually, that it became a national holiday. So for me, it makes me just a reminder, be proud to be you, be proud to be African American. No matter what room I step in, I carry that. Like, I'm happy to be the only one, and I'm still going to represent us and still be me. I'm not going to fit whatever they say, or with this world claims of when you're in that room you're supposed to be, or how you're supposed to talk or say things. I'm going to be me and demand the room to listen. Very simple,
Amen.
So yeah, it's just a reflection to me, and just a reminder that yes, there is more to be done, but it's a blessing to still be here, and it's madness going on around the world, but they're still good. They're still good, and we just got to get out there to touch more people so that they can realize they're still good. But I saw this quote, and it said about Juneteenth, it said, remember the past and dream the future. So it just connects it, like, remember the past because it was a lot that happened in the past.
Yeah.
And dream for the future, what you hope to see. So that's that's what I'm living out, So
And yes, you are living it out. You are living it all the way out. So I want to talk about leadership
Mm-hmm.
because you was a leader on the court.
Yes.
You're a leader in your business. You're the CEO of your own nonprofit, where you created space for other young girls to get recognized for their gifts and their talents.
Yes.
You're also a leader off the court.
Mm-hmm.
You're the ambassador for your college, chosen, picked. So, what does leadership means to you, and how will you continue being a leader outside of your college?
Um, Good question. Good question. Leadership means to me, well, one, I always say be a servant leader. You stand, it's a beauty in it. Just being a servant leader, um, looking out for others, not worried, always just like me. It's about other people. And then also being able to have people like come to you while you're leading. But I'm a firm believer. I'm more so a leader by example. I'm I'm gonna do the right thing in the best way I can, and I'm gonna work hard at doing what I'm doing. Like I'm gonna give my best effort, and I'm gonna tell you, along the way, hey, come on, do this. Come on, you should do this with me. But I'm gonna try to be the best example I can be, so that you can reach to being that or even better. But leadership means just like, one, not being a follower. That's one. But two, um, going above and beyond, like not not being okay with being average. I want to do it, not being bossy, but I'm gonna do it this way. And this way is a good way, as best as I know it. It's a good way. And I'm hoping that by nature, when you're doing good, you some people gonna join the boat with you. Some people like, okay, I like this. I mean, that's true leadership to me. Like, if I have a young girl that says, hey, I want to start another scholarship like you're doing, how do I do it? That's lead, like those, that way is leadership for me. So, that servant leader, that being the acts of service of going out and trying to help, bring those other people up. And then just being honest, being truthful, being spiritual I'm going to stand firm into my faith and let you see it. So I feel those are like my best leadership qualities. But just, caring, being honest, and understanding that you might be the one. It's okay to be a leader and still like clean up all the basketballs after everybody. Like, clean up the bench after a game. Like, those are servant leader things that other people see, and then it's like, oh, like maybe I should have picked up my cup. It's something you don't think about, but it's true leadership qualities, because it's making somebody else be like, okay, all right, I should do that. And then how I plan to expand my leadership qualities. One, like, honestly speaking, out to those young kids, trying to go to more schools is, that's one of my biggest things. I want to get to more schools while I'm back in town. And then hopefully, you teach those young kids how to do whatever they're doing in life. That's the leadership, hey, this is how we're going to do it. Don't be a follower. Do what you want to do. What works for you. And then leadership roles. I mean, I want to have my own private practice. So I'll be the leader, the role, the CEO there, make things happen, person. So, I mean, I get, that. And then hopefully whatever way basketball goes, I have some opportunities. So if that means being a leader wherever I go next, that's
starting a basketball clinic for young girls.
See, look at you. You're thinking. There you go. There you go. So, yeah. So even if it's a clinic, if I'm on a team, still being a leader, and that's just like telling people, do the right thing, speaking up, or staying extra in the gym, letting them know like, hey, like I'm gonna be in the gym if you want to come with me. Just trying to help them and let them know like it's good to invest in whatever you're doing and give the best effort. And so that's the best way I describe leadership. Many people can describe it differently, but that's how I see it. That's how I live out being a leader. Um, and just like be okay with being different. Be okay with being the first. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you finished school. You finished school. So, like you said, I guess you out here trying to figure it out, or maybe taking a breathe and just breathing, rest, or But so, do you for your nonprofit? Are you going to start working on that full time, or where you see yourself? Being that you're out of school, or you're going back to school, like.
It's a lot. I have a lot of goals that I still would like to accomplish. But I'll try to break everything down. So right now I am working. So I am a therapist already. So that's already
Congratulations.
thank you.
That was quick. You just graduated what? A week and a half ago?
Well,
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying. So graduates, you can get a job.
you can get a job. You can get a job. You can get a job. And so, when it comes to my career, having a job right now, I would like to eventually go back to school to get my PhD. So that's the goal. I'm not putting pressure on myself, but it is my next step for what I want for me. Um, and then of course get some certifications in the meantime, and become licensed as well. So that takes 2 to 5 years. So I can also go into my program, my PhD program, if I want, and get the licensure. But that is something that I'm really passionate about. So either becoming licensed, right, in these 2 to 5 years, or going to get my PhD. And that's more so when it just comes to my career path. Now, I would like to create another platform so that those mentor workshops that we can start talking about mental health. So trying to present it to schools and just say like, hey, reaching out to them. I would like to come on a Saturday at your school for an hour or two, just open the doors so they have kids, or, even parents. Sometimes they don't feel comfortable, or they don't have the resources to go into insurance. Like the insurance part of mental health is a whole nother ball game. But we're just maybe once a month, just doing that, just to have that avenue and that chance. I'm a firm believer that we have to create the opportunities if we want the world to be a better place. And even if that's not always, hey, that's money in my pocket, that doesn't matter. It's about the community. And so that's something I'm really passionate about, getting into more schools to talk about mental health, but also those Saturday programs, if we can incorporate that for the community. And then workshops, that I want to continue doing that, but also add that in the mix. So that's more so mental health career wise, to build into having my own practice. So that's like the next plans. And then when it comes to basketball, I do have the opportunity, like I said, to keep playing. So, we just I'm going with a leap of faith out there, and I'm going to see what happens. And
so you are going to play?
We have an opportunity. We're going to see.
Okay. You're going to be on a women's league.
Well, not the WNBA, but maybe an opportunity to play overseas. So we're going to see what happens.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah, I just don't put any pressure on myself. Like if it happens, it happens. I'm glad that I already have my credentials in my field. So if anything happens, I can always go back to it. But the opportunity has been presented. So just seize the moment and
seize that moment. Seize that moment. Well, I mean that is great. That is awesome.
Yeah. This is very, very humble about it, but I'm just trying to not pressure myself with it. It's a blessing. I will tell anybody on this live, I just want to say, like, I was not always the leading scorer. Now, I might have been top 3 in every other category. I was very versatile, but I was not the leader in each category, and scoring category. And sometimes, everybody wants the best for you. Everybody believes you're that good, you're that great. And it's oddly weird how I just stayed me. Like I just stayed doing everything and I was okay with it. I might have needed to give more points, but like I was okay with doing all those roles because that was okay for me. That was me doing my part on how I wanted to be a basketball player. And so looking back, like now the opportunity has been presented and by the grace of God, like that's what they wanted. Who knew? So I just tell people like sometimes you don't know why you're maybe not the one receiving all the accolades, or maybe you're not the one that gets the spotlight, but people see it. People see what you're doing. I always say, like, I had one ref tell me my last college game, around the end of my last college game, she said, hey, I just want to let you know, I just love refereeing you because you're a class act. Like if I had a child, I want her to be just like you. And so for me, they see me play in an hour game. They don't really know me outside of
Right,
that, but they can
right.
see. So it's bigger than what you can imagine. And when you just keep your head down and work hard and you stay humble, things will work out. So when it comes to basketball, that's kind of that's kind of where I'm at next with it. Yeah, and then my nonprofit, just like I said, get out to more schools. Get out to more schools. I would like to I'm trying to partner with another school right now to be able to give back to their kids. I connected really well with them. And so I'm not from their area, but it worked. I had a career day out there and I really liked it. And I say, hey, maybe we could figure out something when they're going from um a public elementary school, and they're going into these private schools, parents might need help with something, like whether that's, the uniform or some books or, just money for their tuition. So I would
Yeah.
like to help them and also create that mentorship of if they're going into a different environment that they're not used to, because that is one thing that a lot of brown kids experience, going from one area then going into a predominantly white institution. And so for me, that's the next goals with swag, and
Okay.
we working.
Okay. So are you still selling t-shirts?
Yeah, so I'm still selling t-shirts. I sell pins now. There we go. I'm still selling the pins now. I have hoodies. I changed the hoodies color. We have a new like just the words and then the logo on the back.
Okay.
I have blue, pink, and white now. And so I'm working on creating like a set now, just with shorts and a shirt. So all the products go towards the scholarships and the kids and the workshops. So yeah, I mean, expanding in that avenue as well, trying to get more, merchandise, but also those opportunities when there are competitions and biz pitches and stuff like that. I'm trying my best to balance that in the midst of my schedule. But, it's for the kids. It's for the kids. So it's like, I just want to be able to help them in any way I can. And the best way to do that is to put myself out there, to have those biz pitch competitions, to speak about my business and what, what's
Yep.
going on, so that they can have the will to want to invest into it. So yeah.
So
Make sure you check it out.
how, will- how can my viewers follow you and support you?
So on social media it's underscore swag for number 4, a girl. And then through Facebook, I have same thing on Twitter, swag for a girl in all caps. And then my email address is swag the number 4 a girl at gmail.com. And then my website is www.swag the number 4 a girl. So yeah, all those platforms, like I said, you can find my number on everything, my email. I have my personal email for my nonprofit, but honestly, my DMs are always open. I might respond a little bit late, just trying to balance everything, but I do respond. And so, yeah, all those platforms, you can always reach me there. And yeah, I'm always open. I'm always open to connect.
I'll make sure I put everything down.
Okay, thank you.
So if you can leave my young entrepreneurs, especially my little girls,
Mhm.
young women, some kind words of wisdom, what would you tell
Mm. Um, I would tell them it's worth the sacrifice. It's okay to miss the parties. It's okay to not attend everything. Um, if you have a passion and a mission or a purpose that you want to do or you have within you, do it. Do it. Reach out to somebody. Reach out to me. Tell me about it. I'll try to help you in any way. Um, but one thing that was said to me that really moved me to actually starting a nonprofit, because that started in 2019. But it said never hesitate to be a blessing to someone else. And that was the sermon. And I boo-hoo cried because I was like, all right, Lord, I got it now. You want me to go out and do this? But um and I think sharing that to someone, like, never hesitate to be a blessing, even if you feel like it might add to your plate. Like, nothing's going to be easy when you're trying to impact and change the world for a better place.
them?
It's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, just go for it. And then, I always leave with two things, shine bright wherever you go. Never let anybody dim your light. It's okay to smile. It's okay to be proud of who you are. It's okay to walk in that room and be confident, not cocky, confident. And just remember those two things as well. Be confident. And just understand the greater purpose of other people, like pouring into other people's lives, and that it will come back to you in different ways. You might not know, and it might come later, but it somehow always comes back. And then the last thing I always tell them is embrace adversity, because it's going to happen. The obstacles, you're going to have hardships, you're going to have long nights sometimes, you're going to have tears, you're going to have times where you're wondering why. You're going to have some talks with God that you're like, what are you doing, Lord? But it's worth it. And, there's a beauty in it. There's a beauty that if you keep pressing forward, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Yeah. I think that's it. That's what I'll tell them.
Well, I just want to say I've been following this young lady since we got connected. And everything you talk, you walk.
Thank you.
And you display. So I'm going to continue to follow you. And I'm even going to offer to you, when you award your scholars, they got an interview.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to bring them on my platform.
Okay.
So whoever you give a scholarship, they can have an interview. You can also put in it. They can have an interview on my platform, and you can appear with them, and I can talk to them and you, and how we do. But I would love to offer that up to your nonprofit, because I do want to connect with you, because your vision lined up with my vision when I was younger, for young women and young girls. And it has to be a lot of us out here to help the young women come along, because they're dealing with a lot. Mm-hmm. As women, period, we deal with a lot. And it's getting younger and younger. Mm-hmm. So for them to see another brown girl sitting in front of them who's doing it, got a basketball in her hand, got books in her hand, got her own business, looking cute, because she always looking fly. You're always looking fly now. Even when I see the picture after her playing basketball, you're always looking cute, okay? Now, Jada always looking cute when she's handling that ball. But it's just, it's just phenomenal that you're taking on that charge. Yeah. And extending yourself to other young girls like yourself, to be that mentor for. So that's kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you.
And tying your studies and your degrees into it. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Thank you. I truly, truly appreciate you. And I just want to say, I'm so thankful that you gave that opportunity for us to bring on the award recipients, because like this is my 10th year and I've been trying to brainstorm how to make this special. And um, I recently just posted a video, how it usually goes because I never really did that. I never really I didn't tell people until I started swag what I
Right.
was doing. So I just thank you for that because I would like to host a swag day and have them there. And so that would then create the chance for us to, bring them on and
Oh,
have them set up different dates. And then some of them have businesses. And so that would even create another platform, but they're all doing amazing things.
yeah.
Like that's the that's the thing. They're all doing amazing things. And just to have 10, if all 10 of them can
Yeah.
come on the platform, I would be
Hey,
that would
bring them on. Bring them on.
yeah.
Now I have some comments here.
Okay.
Someone just said, I can't see the name. It says, remember, it's your 10-year anniversary.
Oh. Yes, it's my 10-year anniversary for me giving the Jada J. Smith Distinguished Student Athlete Award.
Okay.
So that's the one I give at J Zoo. And
Okay.
so it's been 10 years since right out of 8th grade. Started in my 9th grade year, giving the award. And we started off with just $100 and it was just my little money that I saved. And now it's 500. And, I had the chance to then open one at my high school this year. So
Yeah.
that's, you finish, you end a big year for one place and it's time to open another one. And that's what it's about. And
And trust me, you're gonna have many. You're gonna have
yes,
many. You're gonna
yes.
have many. Now, this is grandma right here. Good job, baby girl. We're so proud of you.
Oh, thank you, Grandma.
That's grandma right there. That's grandma right there.
Thank you, Grandma.
Let's see who else on. Let's see who else on here. Somebody said phenomenal. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so thankful. Thank you for everybody who tuned in.
God's been working.
Yeah.
Love it. Yes. And then you got Georgette, Miss Georgette on here.
Oh, hi.
She said Jada J. Smith is the bomb. Oh yes, you are. You are. You are. Let me tell you something. I see 5 or 6 years from now, I'm gonna see you on TV somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm gonna see you on TV because, like you said, you don't give up.
Yeah.
And when you do something, you do it all the way.
Yeah.
So big kudos to you. But like I said, my platform, please use it. That's what it's here for.
Thank you.
That's what it's here for. It's here for you guys to use it. I would love to spotlight any young ladies you would love to bring on. I would love to do that.
Okay.
I would love to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thank you. I thank you 100%. Just always, just willing to have this this moment with me and pouring into me. No matter whatever post I see you comment and everything. So I thank you just for continuing to wanting to be a part of my journey. And thank you for speaking life into my next steps. I truly appreciate that.
And anything that Swag has, please let me know ahead of time. Try to be there to support you. YBC be there to support you. You ain't that far. You just up the road. I travel all the time. I don't have no problem with traveling. I go. Trust me, I go. I got family in Philly, all the way around there. Stay with Auntie Toya, all that. So
Okay.
whatever, just give me a heads up.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know so I can come and support. Because that's what it's about. It's about supporting. But I just want to say thank you for coming on again, because I know you're busy. She's real busy. But thank you for coming on and just sitting with me for an hour, hour and a half, and just letting my viewers know what's going on, what you got going on, how they can support you and everything that you are doing. Because we want to make sure that you continue, that your nonprofit go far, because it's a purpose. And like you said, everything you're doing is needed in all communities, in all. So I'm praying that you can tap each city, each different city with what your vision is. for young women.
Thank
So
you.
in saying that, we're going to end this and wrap this up. This has been a great interview on Juneteenth.
Yes.
And Jada, if you send me that video again, I will post it.
Okay.
I know I have it because you did send it. I posted on my platform before. But if you want to resend it to me, if you have it on your I'll repost it so my viewers can watch it again.
Yes.
That she actually did a couple of years ago, celebrating this time and this day.
Yes.
So, yeah, I would love to post it this evening so they can reflect on it as well. But in saying that, you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes.
And next week is I will be on here with 8 fascinating women who all authors. So I don't know. That's gonna be a long interview, but it's gonna be a good interview. So stay tuned next week as I prepare for that interview next week. So in saying that, have a good day.
Yes, thank you.
Stay on, Jada. Stay on.
Gotcha.